Today on Eagle Nation News, this teacher stands out for teaching her students valuable life skills. Coleman Meyer reveals Coach Malden's unique approach to making a difference in her students' lives. Lily Claire is a clothing and beauty store in downtown Prosper. Vivian Pecori unpacks the inspiration behind the local staple. Track is all about putting in the work to reach your goals. Isabel Malter teams up with Sutton Stewart to look at his hurdles towards success. All this and more on today's edition of Eagle Nation News.
Good morning, Eagle Nation, and thank you for joining us. I'm Parker Reynolds.
And I'm Landry Long. We have a crazy show for you today, so stick around because ENN starts right now.
Welcome back, Eagle Nation, and thank you for joining us here again in Studio 301.
Today is Friday, May 10th, and this week is Teacher Appreciation Week, so we wanted to talk to the face of all PHS teachers, Mr. Jones.
Christina Krasnova and our principal are here in studio with details. Take it away, Christina.
Thank you, Parker, and thank you, Mr. Jones, for joining me today, the last day of Teacher Appreciation Week. So, as the principal of the Prosper High School, what do you do to help teachers feel appreciated?
So we can do stuff like Teacher Appreciation Week. We have events and we bring in meals for them, but really it's more of a day-to-day feeling, right? It's talking to teachers, making sure they're heard, making sure they understand that we appreciate them, making sure our admin team is with them at different times to make sure they understand on a daily basis how much we appreciate the work they do here.
Right. So what advice do you have for incoming teachers next year here?
To get ready to come to the number one rated high school in the state of Texas, right? Best academics, best athletics. Understand they are coming from a place that's maybe at a different level than we have here, and they required the work and the effort to put in to match how good our teachers are currently on campus.
Exactly. So thank you so much, Mr. Jones, for stopping by, and back to you two at the desk.
Thanks, Christina, and we do really, truly appreciate all of our staff, especially towards the end of the year.
Yes, and speaking of staff, our PHS staff are always keeping busy. But one in particular is teaching our students life skills that they can carry on everywhere.
Coleman Meyer took a look at how Coach Malden makes teaching her students so special.
Hope Squad was kind of a great opportunity for me to get involved. Dr. Croy called me at the beginning of the year and asked me if I wanted to take over, and I said absolutely, I would love to. So I was very appreciative to be asked to do that. It's a great organization.
Coach Malden has not only served as a Hope Squad teacher, but as a role model to her students.
I love Coach Malden. She's absolutely amazing. She's just such a great representative of what an ideal coach and teacher should be. She gives everything to her students all the time, and she's always involved in so many things, and somehow she makes it work.
I really just see myself as a facilitator. Honestly, it's the kids that do most of the work, and I just kind of help them organize and let their dreams become what they want them to be.
From Coach Malden being involved in so many activities throughout PHS, she is bound to bring over what she has learned throughout all of these into one.
We approach everything with a team idea and a team aspect, and we do everything together.
She just brings such a light into the room every time she walks in. She makes everyone smile.
With all Coach Malden's success in all her activities, her goals have always remained the same.
Making sure that people feel loved and know that they're seen, and yeah.
Coach Malden has spread so much hope and compassion throughout PHS. Reporting for Eagle Nation News, I'm Coleman Meyer.
Coach Malden also won Assistant Coach of the Year in the Texas Association of Soccer Coaches, which is a huge accomplishment, especially for it being her first year coaching and teaching.
Yes, but switching gears, we have some absolute chaos going on in the corner of our studio. Christina, what are you guys up to?
That's right, Landry. Mr. Jones just left, so it's time to do something a little crazy. Basically, the slime trend from 2016 has come back without the bowls. So we're gonna go ahead and finish pouring our slime for our glue. In the meantime, Talent Talk is up next, sponsored by Jam and Toast.
Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Why not do it right? From Belgian waffles to Santa Fe chicken, there is something for everyone. For a sunny side up type of morning, visit the exclusive location of Jam and Toast today.
If you've been on social media this week, you may have seen the major beef online.
Imogen Perez has insight in this week's Talent Talk.
Thanks, Parker. 2 rappers are making headlines. If you've been on the internet recently, you might have heard about the major beef between Drake and Kendrick. The 2 rappers had tension for over 2 years, but exploded in recent days when Kendrick was brought up with Drake in his new song, his rapping career, and in it, he raps allegations that claim Drake is allegedly a pedophile. The fight even led to a shooting outside of Drake's house where one of his security guards was shot and is now hospitalized for the time being. And while on the topic of celebrities, everyone is still talking about the Met Gala, which took place on Monday, and the looks were insane. The theme for this year's Met was Garden of Time, and I just loved seeing everyone's spin on it. Some of the looks like Tyla's and actress Elle Fanning were stunning, while others, like Jordan Roth, may have taken the theme a little too seriously. Fans also noticed that Rihanna and other A-tier celebrities didn't attend. Rihanna did release that she was sick, but others like Billie Eilish had mixed feelings about the event and even said on the Howard Stern show how it's basically famous peopling. And another famous person famous peopling is JoJo Siwa with her song Karma. The song has made it all the way to Saturday Night Live where Chloe Finman did an impression of her. Take a look.
JoJo.
That's what I call it. I'm a bad girl now.
Yeah, JoJo, this is a very different look. You know, we're all used to you wearing outfits like this.
Throughout the impression, Finman mimicked the young celebrity, making comments about how she's in her bad girl era and even copying how JoJo talks. I found this hilarious, and so did Siwa herself. During an interview with Entertainment Tonight, she said, quote, "Imitation is the best form of flattery, and I just loved it. You don't even understand." Now on to something that I love. Christina, Maddie, Dylan, do you guys have an update on the slime?
Yes, we do. We're actually starting to mix this slime right now, and it's actually going really well.
This is going to be so messy.
I'm sure it'll be fine. But while we finish activating this slime, we're going to go ahead and go back to Landry and Parker.
Well, just a heads up to everyone, please do not do this at school. Let's keep slime as an at-home activity.
Yes, I am loving the determination to get this slime made.
And I might not have the slime hands needed to make this slime, but I know you have the good hands to put a good outfit together.
Thank you, but luckily for Prosper, one shop is making dressing fashionable easy. Vivian Pecori stitches up a story of this boutique.
In the heart of downtown Prosper, there is a boutique with unique clothes, and that is Lily Claire. The owner of this boutique, Mrs. Morris, brought her past to the Prosper community.
Well, I always had a passion for fashion. I've always loved fashion. I think it's such a great way to express yourself. I love styling. I was a stylist for a long time. I used to work for Saks Fifth Avenue.
Despite Mrs. Morris's past in fashion, there is one person who truly inspired the creation of this place.
I wanted to have like a mother-daughter vibe because I opened it with Lily. She was a junior in high school at the time. We wanted to name it Lily Claire after her and just have like a really curated mix of our style clothing that people can come and really we can help them find their personal style.
But for Lily, this boutique means the world to her.
So what I love about the store is working with my mom. It's super fun just having a place that I can spend time with her and also for other women to just come in, find stuff that they love to wear. And I mean, we're here to help them do that. Some part that's not a bad thing is that if I need an outfit for something, I have a place to go to. But yeah, I just love everything about the store.
Being a Lily Claire customer, I can definitely say that Miss Morris has accomplished her goal of making sure women in Prosper have a great place to figure out their style. For Eagle Nation News, I'm Vivian Pecori.
The shop is open Tuesday to Saturday from 11 to 6, so make sure to stop by to see all the latest trends.
Yes, and on the topic of trends, this whole slime trend is all over my For You page.
Yes, me too. Let's check in with Christina and the crew one final time to see the slime update.
Unfortunately, it's not the final time. It's taking a little bit longer than we thought, and it might be a little bit messier than we thought. But
a little?
Maddie, is this reminding you of when you were little making slime?
Yeah, honestly, I understand why my mom would never let me make slime anymore.
But we do have a clip of you making slime when you were younger. Let's go ahead and play that.
First one is this minty green. It's supposed to be green, but it turned... What is my problem with these things? They're so easy to open. Yeah, this is green. Oh, this is a miniature Fluffies. Oh my gosh, this is so sticky.
Thoughts on that, Maddie?
Honestly, I'm not too sure how you found that, and I understand my mom's stuff now and why she wouldn't let me do it.
This was a little bit of a fail, but now that we're done, but kind of not, back to the anchors for the final time.
Well, Maddie, it looks like you've been going strong on this slime trend for quite some time now.
Yes, and also strong are our Prosper Sports athletes. Don't leave, game time is next.
Seniors, if you have donated 2 times this year, you have earned a blood cord. To pick it up, go to room 3110. Get ready to see your classmates strut their stuff at our PHS student-produced fashion show. Join us for a night of style, creativity, and fun as our talented classmates showcase their original designs on the runway. The show will be on Wednesday, May 15th at 6 p.m. located in the PHS auditorium.
As the school year comes to an end, Prosper Sports are finishing strong.
Braxton Swick is in studio with this week's Game Time Sports Update.
Thanks, Landry. Swinging into this week's game time, let's start off with our Prosper baseball team, who last Saturday competed in the Region 1 6A Bi-District Championship against Coppell in a 3-game series. For our first game, our Eagles started off a little shaky with us losing 2-1, but our Prosper Eagles went into Game 2 looking for revenge, and that is exactly what they got as they swept the floor with Coppell, closing the game out 10-0, and then absolutely dominating Game 3 with a final score of 13-1. This allowed our team to move on to the 6A Region 1 Area Championship, which was played yesterday against the South Grand Prairie Warriors. This game was head-to-head all throughout, but our Eagles were able to come out on top in the end, clutching a 3-2 victory. But remember, this is a 3-game series, so our Eagles will have to win against South Grand Prairie again in order to move on to the next round. And that we will find out tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Good luck to our baseball team. Now moving on to our boys and girls tennis, our Eagles competed in the 6A Regional Championship on Wednesday and Thursday. Now, sadly, we have yet to find out the results for this tournament, but we will let you know when they come in. Now, traveling outside of Prosper Sports, let's talk about the Dallas Stars and their insane playoff run so far. Now, last time we talked about the Stars, they led their 7-game series against the Las Vegas Golden Knights 3-2 and just needed one more win to advance to round 2 of the playoffs. And although they did fall short Game 6 2-0, they're able to close out round 1, Game 7, securing the victory they needed against the Knights with a final score of 2-1. And with that, Dallas was able to move on to round 2 of the playoffs to face off against the Colorado Avalanche. For all the news surrounding the start of this 7-game series, Colton Boston was at American Airlines Center with a recap of the game.
Thanks, Bradston. Great recap of round 1, but the Stars entered round 2, keeping the momentum from Game 7 with the Golden Knights, leading the first period 3-0 against Colorado. However, throughout the game, Colorado would catch up and tie the game and make Game 1 of round 2 go into overtime. Now, sadly, the Stars did fall short there, but they were hoping for redemption tonight as they played the Avalanche for Game 2. And they did exactly that with 1 point in the game being 4-0. However, late in the game, Colorado made a bit of a comeback, but with a score from an open netter, Dallas ended the game 5-3. What an incredible game, as you can probably tell by my loss of my voice. But man, I'm excited to see Game 3, 4, 5, maybe 6, and maybe 7 of the Dallas Stars in this series. It's an incredibly close series with Dallas and Colorado both tied at 1. Now, something that wasn't so close was the ending of Mavericks round 1 as they won by 13 points. To catch you up with all the Mavericks news, Bradston Swick is back in studio with the rest of Game Time.
Thanks, Colton. And like you said, the Dallas Mavericks were successfully able to close out round 1 against the Clippers in Game 6 with a score of 114-101. This allowed the Mavericks to move on to round 2, where they played against the Oklahoma Thunder. Starting off this 7-game series, Dallas had a rough first game, losing 95-117, but that did not stop them from going into Game 2 and leaving Oklahoma in the dust with an end score of 119-100. This makes the series tied 1-1, and our Mavericks are looking to win again next Monday at 8:30 p.m. Now coming back to Prosper, our track and field team just went to state, and they did an outstanding job. Congratulations to Kate Pemberton on placing 3rd in pole vault with a new PR of 12 feet. Also, congratulations to Prentice Sanders on an outstanding finish in the boys 400 meter with a time of 46.94 and receiving a silver medal. Also, congratulations to Lane Sheely on placing 7th in the boys 800 meter with a minute and 55 seconds, and Sutton Stewart for placing 6th in the boys high jump with a jump of 6 foot 6 inches. And while on the topic of track, goals for next track season are already underway for one track athlete. Isabel Moulter jumps into Sutton Stewart's track journey.
Since 7th grade, Sutton Stewart has dreamed of breaking the high jump record at PHS, and this year he achieved that goal.
As soon as I went over that bar, I actually started freaking out. I started screaming. It was amazing. It was just like all the work that I had put in for the last 4 years of training, working, recovering through injuries, and just recovering in general. It paid off, but the best thing about it is that the journey isn't over.
After years of dedication, Sutton credits 2 important people for inspiring him.
My dad really inspires me to achieve my best and to be my best. Also, Jesus. Jesus inspires me a lot to treat others the way I want to be treated, to honor him and glorify him in everything that I do, because everything that I've been given is because of him, and it's not because of me.
As this year's track season ends, the coach behind Sutton's success is already planning ahead.
Next year, our goals are that we're going to the state meet and we're going to win that thing. And so, this year we were basically 1 jump short, 2 inches. So that's goal number 1, 6'10". Goal number 2, state championship. Goal number 3, win the state meet. And then ultimately goal 4 is sign a Division I scholarship.
Even in the face of hardships, Sutton has jumped the obstacles.
My dad gave me a pistol grip hip, which is basically where my hip, it was grinding up against the labrum. And it went for about 5 months. And my labrum, once I actually got into the surgeon's office, it was completely torn. So I couldn't walk for a couple weeks. And it seems that it kind of turned out to be just recovering, being a PT for about, I think, 6 months. And then coming out and then doing my best on the field.
For Eagle Nation News, I'm Isabel Moulter.
Sutton's story is so inspiring. I cannot wait to see what he has for him in the future.
Yes, me too. And just like Sutton, it looks like we reached the finish line for our slime.
Yeah, let's take one final look at our slime.
This took way longer than we expected, but we have like 3 separate products. This is exactly why we don't do this at school, but it was still so much fun. Now for the real final last time, back to Landry and Parker.
Well, thank you guys. That's all we have for you today, Eagle Nation. Once again, I'm Landry Long.
And I'm Parker Reynolds. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. Have a great weekend, and
go Eagles.